Welcome viewers. I am Professor Ashish Agarwal, School of Engineering and Technology. I am Program Coordinator for the program Postgraduate Certificate in Inventory Planning and Warehousing System. Under this program, we have 3 theory courses and 1 project. So in today's session, I am covering course 1, that is Introduction to Inventory Planning, and under this course we are taking unit 1 that is the basics of inventory planning. So the objective of today's session is to familiarize you with the common terminology related to inventory planning. Because when we go ahead in Unit 2, Unit 3 or Course 2 and Course 3, you will face some difficulty in understanding this term. So that is why I tried to explain most difficult or most commonly used terms in today's session. So the learning objective or what we will learn from this session, we will be able to define the inventory. We will classify given inventory on different categories, and we will also describe various cost parameters associated with the inventory. So as in learning objective 1, we said that we will be able to define the inventory. If I ask myself, what is inventory? Whether it is your kitchen, whether it is your house, office, or any shopkeeper, or even in the factory, inventories plays an important role. Basically, inventory refers to raw materials used in the production as well as the goods produced, they are available for sale. That means any raw material just like steel or glass that will be used in the car will be the inventory, and the car which are readily available for the sale are also comes under the inventory. A company inventory represents one of the most important assets because it is the capital which is held up in terms of the inventory. There is another word which is called the turnover of inventory. In today's, the prosperity of any industry or any corporate house depend how many times there is a turnover of inventory. If it is one time, that implies that production is very slow. If inventory turnover is 12 or 13, that means each time we are taking new inventory. So that will be more efficient, more prosperous industry. So inventory means the revenue generation, because our attempt in today's world is to keep the smallest inventory. We do not want that a huge amount of inventory should be held up in our warehouses system. Our second learning objective is to understand the types of inventory, or we have to classify the inventory into different segments. First and the topmost is the raw material. Second is your work in process. Third one is your finished good inventory, and fourth one is MRO, that is maintenance, repair and operational inventory. And now we will explain one by one. First we will tell you that what is the raw material inventory. Raw material inventory, as I have pointed out, anything which is not processed is called the raw material. Sometimes, just like your fiber glasses, your different seat cover which will be used in your car, or any type of, for example, for tire industry, the rubber will be the raw material. It will be processed and it will be transformed into the tires or the tubes. So when the product is completed, the raw material are typically unrecognized. Just like I have told you that when rubber is transformed into the tire, you will be unable to identify what is the shape or what is the type of raw material which we have used in the rubber. Similarly, in case of car, whenever you used the raw material as a steel, now with the help of the power presses, we have transformed into different shape which formed the chassis of the car. Now when we saw a finished car, it will be very difficult for us to differentiate how the raw material is transformed into the chassis form by using the different transformation process. Second type of inventory is work in process, and it is very interesting. First is raw material, and from raw material to the by transforming to put him in a some workable form, there are several processes. Sometimes we do not finish it into the ultimate form, but we will keep in a semi-finished form, that is called as a work in process inventory. Now, what is the importance of work in process inventory? Sometimes a term is used as the decoupling. Suppose you have 4 or 5 workstation. Now the material, the raw material which comes to workstation A gets some processing, and then it goes to B, then C, then D, then E. Now the material which exists between B and C, that has been processed at workstation C but waiting to go for processing to workstation C, they are in the form of work in process inventory. Now please understand what is the significance of work in process inventory. Suppose your workstation C is under the breakdown condition. Now you have or the B is not working, your A is working and C is working, but C cannot work unless and until the material or the component processed at workstation B should move forward to station C. Since we keep work in process inventory ahead of work center B, so we don't depend upon workstation B for the processing up to a certain time limit. So our process will not stop. That is the advantage of work in process inventory. Third type of inventory is called as your finished good inventory. The finished car which is directly going to a dealer, it is the finished goods inventory. But finished good inventory is also sometimes which comes from different subsidiary or which comes to different ancillary units. They have been assigned for a particular component, so they will give you a finished component which will be used in the assembly of your final product. So they are also, because they are ancillary, for them the finished good inventory is the component which will be going to use in your industry or your company. While in your case, since you are the car manufacturer, so for you the finished good inventory is your finished car which is directly going to the dealer. So we always keep the inventory. There are several other terms which will be used in the inventory that we will discuss later on. Fourth type of inventory is your MRO inventory, that is the maintenance, repair and operation inventory. This is very essential type of inventory, because you should appreciate that it is not the raw material, it is not the human being, or it is not the machine which transform the raw material into finished goods. Because for maintaining the machines, for repairing the machines, we need certain items that are called the MRO inventory, just like different types of coolant, lubricant, different types of tools which are used for repairing the machine. They comes under the MRO or the maintenance, repair and operation inventory. Now there are other terminology which I would like to explain to you, just like components. As I told you, there are different components which are being used in the assembly of finished goods. So they are termed as the components. There are several other types of, just like your tire is a component, your steering wheel is a component, your rear view mirror is also a type of a component which will be used in the finished car. Now packing and the packaging material, because whenever your car is dispatched, you have also seen there is a plastic cover. Some materials or some components are packed so that it will be used in later on a stage. For example, the company gives you one set of your headlight or rear light, and also they will give you some types of other component which will be used in case of any emergency. Though the bulbs have the very good reliability, they will not get deteriorated within a short period of time, but still the company provides you. So that material will come under the packed material, so that they should not be create any problem, or they should not be get damaged. Another type, whenever you go for the TV or fridge or any type of laptop or desktop computer, you will find that the component or the final product is packed. So the packaging and the packing material is also comes under the inventory, because if they are not, our finished product will not be packed and we will not be able to deliver it. Another type of term which will become in your course material, that is the safety stock and anticipation. Safety stock we keep in order to avoid the shortage type of things. Why there is the term shortage is coming? Suppose our vendor is in Bangalore, we have a 3 days lead time we have given, and we have kept the inventory for 3 days. But due to some unforeseen reason, the material which we have ordered are not able to reach to the destination within 5 days. This is a common phenomena where we can find out the randomness of the arrival of the different trucks. So for these 2 days or 3 days, we keep certain amount of inventory so that we will not be ever out of stock situation. So that type of inventory is called as a safety stock. Another type of inventory is anticipation stock. Now, for example, we are in the mid of July session. Now, winter is coming within 3 or 4 months. We have a prediction that this season there will be more winter and the temperature will go down. So, you will anticipate there will be demand for the geyser, there will be demand for room heaters. So that is anticipation. For anticipation, you will keep a huge or optimistic level of inventory so that your customer, which is loyal to your brand, should not be able to get back or switch over to the another brand. That type of inventory is called as the anticipation stock. Same thing happen in case of winter when we estimate and we have a prediction that this year temperature will go up at least 4 to 5 degree. Then there will be demand of AC, there will be demand of refrigerator or any cooling component. So for that, or same thing happen just like of air purification. If our atmosphere is getting polluted day by day and there is a risk of human health, so there will be tendency in the population that they will rush to buy the air purifier. So that is your anticipation stock. Another type of inventory is similar to the work in process inventory. It is called as the decoupling inventory. It is same as that we want to decouple different workstation. As I told you, if you have 3 A, B, C, we do not want that our production at work center C should or any house should not suffer because of breakdown of work center B. So we will keep an inventory that will go directly from C station without visiting station B. That is called as the decoupling inventory. Another type of inventory is also called as the cycle inventory. That means the company wants the right amount of stock for the lowest storage cost, because whenever any inventory we will keep in our warehouse, there will be a cost that is called as the holding cost or as the storage cost. So cycle inventory refers to the goods or supplies or the raw material that a business keeps in hand to meet its minimum production requirement. That means whatsoever production is running, for running that production, what is the minimum amount of quantity, a minimum amount of different raw material, component, human resource, all things that will come under the cycle inventory. Now comes as the service industry, service inventory. I will give you straightforward example. If a hotel has 10 rooms as a capacity, so as a service inventory, he has a 7 1 room, 1 night stay in each week. That means if we count the service inventory for 7 days, that means if each days the occupant is coming and going, so for 1 week we have a 70 inventory. That is called as a service inventory. Another type of inventory is called as the transit inventory. And most of the student gets confused when I use the term transit inventory. It is not my word, it is the word in your self-learning material as well as some standard book. Suppose you are sending the finished car to a different location. So there are two things. One thing is that you have dispatch on Friday, then certain items you have dispatched on Saturday, then Sunday. So all these, the amount transported on Friday plus amount transported on Saturday and Sunday, they will come as a transit inventory. They are not with you, nor they have reached to the dealer, but they are in transit. That is why they are called as a transit inventory. Same thing is with the raw material or the component. If your vendor at Hyderabad has transported you the different components on different days, so the A plus B plus C 3 days will be your transit inventory. Now, what is the theoretical inventory? Sometimes it is also given in your book, theoretical inventory. Basically, theoretical inventory is a book value. That is a least amount of stock a company needs to complete a process without waiting. That means, suppose there is a turning process is going on. So in order to complete the turning process on 100 bars, so whatever you need is the theoretical amount of inventory, and basically we calculate on the basis of theoretical formula, that is the economic order quantity formula. Excess inventory is that inventory which we keep at our warehouse either in anticipation, or sometimes we purchase the huge inventory but they remain unused. There are so many examples when the company, because of certain anticipation, buy huge amount of inventory and that remains unused, or company does not require in future. So that is called the excess inventory, and they are the liability on the company. Now we will come to the third learning objective, that is the various types of cost associated with the inventory. Under this heading, the first type is your procurement or purchase price or the production cost. There are two cases. Either we are producing that item, so the whole cost will be your production cost for that item. Another cost is when we directly purchase from the vendor or the market, that is called as the purchase. So this is basically the amount which either we give to the market for purchasing, or we spend in the production of that particular component. That is called as a purchase or production cost. Now, second category is your procurement cost. It is very simple. Then when you are procuring or when you are going to produce that particular component, there are certain amount which you are going to incur on that particular product. That is called as a procurement cost, just like your office cost or the electricity charges or salary of human resource. Holding cost or the carrying cost is that cost which is incurred when you keep the particular component in your warehouse in anticipation to use in the future. That is called as the carrying cost or holding cost. It includes several type of insurance cost, light cost, or the human resource that will be kept at the warehouse. Another type of cost is your shortage cost, which is the penalty cost. If we do not have that particular component, then our customer will go to the another band that is called as the shortage cost. So the importance of the inventory is very much elaborated in my session, and there are several other terms just like lead time. Lead time is basically a time when you order and when you receive. In between the time is your lead time. Another term which comes in your SLM is economic order quantity. It is the optimum quantity which we calculate to find out what is the quantity where the cost carrying and the holding cost or the procurement cost is equal. So in today's session we have discussed the various terms used in the inventory as well as types of the inventory and the various costs which are associated with the inventory. I trust that my session will help you in understanding the further units or my further session on the inventory planning and the warehouse system. Thank you. Thank you very much.